Boy, oh boy, am I liking this, guys. Check it out. So we got numbers from Amazon yesterday, as I'm sure you all probably saw at this point. Maybe not. If you didn't see them, don't worry. We'll cover them in this video. And their stock ended up going up like crazy after the numbers came out. Amazon reported at about, 4:15, 4:30 p.m., right after the bell, right? And their stock closed at 119 yesterday. And when the numbers came out, it shot up to about $127. And now it's pushing $130 at about, 10:30 a.m. So we're only an hour into the session, guys. And mind you, Amazon stock's up 8%, almost 8% right now, up $10 per share. So we're going to break down the numbers, the charts, my thoughts, what I'm doing. As full disclosure, I do own this stock. So if y'all find value, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and follow me on X at Stas Talk Stocks, link down below. And you might as well get up to 16 stocks for Moomoo, guys. And you also get a free share of SoFi stock with a minimum deposit of at least $100. So use that Moomoo link down below, get your stocks. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So like I said, Amazon reported numbers and their stock ended up going ballistic after the bell, and then it actually erased all the gains shortly after, but we ended up running right back up again, right? So talk about volatility. I mean, look, 119 to 127 to 118, back to 127, 126, and now we're trading at $129 the day after the earnings came out, and it looks like we're starting to reverse on the 5-day, 5-minute. We have a golden cross, and it looks like we're starting to go up to the highs from earlier this week. I think we hit 130, 131 back on the 24th, which was Tuesday? Tuesday, whatever day that was. Either way, we're going to test that point right now, and who knows, we might just break that. Time will tell, guys. We might just break that. So let's just dive into these earnings. We'll actually go into the earnings release, but let me read the headline number very, very quickly here, guys, for EPS and revenue. It looks like they did EPS of 94 cents, which beat the 59 cents expected. That's good. And they ended up beating, surprise, on revenue as well, 143.1 billion versus 141.42 billion expected. And AWS sales came in at $23.1 billion. And full disclosure, Amazon is a stock that I own, and I was buying aggressively in the beginning of this year, I believe. Whenever it was at 90 to 95, the $88 range, right in this pocket right here, early 2023, I was buying a bunch, and, it got all the way to 150, and I wasn't going to be buying it at that point, although you could still argue long-term that's a decent price, but I'd rather buy it more towards the low hundreds, and now it's starting to run away from us again, guys. Again, it's up 8%, but just to give you a little picture on where I was buying, it was in this, window right here, 90, 95. I think I got some at 88, 85. It didn't hit 85 here, so probably not 85. But yeah, for sure, 90, 95. I was buying up Amazon, and, I'm still holding on to it with no plans of selling it anytime soon unless the company fundamentally changes, which, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But of course, anything could happen in the stock market. We never know for sure. But let's be honest, guys. Amazon. Is it slowing down anytime soon? I don't know. I don't really think so. And for that reason, I'm still in the stock, obviously, as I'm sure a lot of you are as well. And even if you don't own it directly, of course, you own it indirectly if you own ETFs or any just broad index funds, as it is a big component, whatever, of index funds, right? For the most part, unless you're investing in some weird, wonky index funds. I don't know. But that's not the point of this video, guys. Just know it's a big company, very important company, and a lot of people are watching it, and it's probably moving the markets right now as it's up 8%, and pretty much all the indexes now are moving up as well. So let me show you what's going on here on the actual investor relations page, and you guys can see this for yourselves. This is obviously public information, right? So if I zoom in a little bit more to make sure you guys can actually see this, can you see this? Actually, let me do it like this. Probably better if I move my face right here. Boom, there we go. Hit that like button, by the way, guys. Make sure to subscribe as well. I appreciate you all for tuning in as always. So check it out here. We have, based on what we saw, we talked about this a minute ago, $143 billion roughly of revenue in the third quarter, which compares to the $127.1 billion from a year ago. So year over year, guys, Amazon's net sales increased about $16 billion. Well, I guess exactly 16, up 13% year over year, which is very, very impressive at the just sheer size of Amazon. Massive company. Huge company and still growing 13% revenue-wise, which is unbelievable. North America segment sales increased 11% year over year to $87.9 billion. Pretty good. And what's even more impressive, guys, is the international segment sales, which increased 16% year over year. And yes, that dollar value is a lot lower than the North America sales, but it's growing faster, which means at some point these could, well, align. Maybe at some point in the future, international segment sales are as much or maybe more than North America. Probably not for a long, long time in the future, but, you know, if the growth rate continues to surpass North America sales growth, international sales is going to catch up at one point. That came in at $32 billion, and that increased 11%, including or excluding, rather, what's that called? Changes in foreign exchange rates. That's right. And AWS sales, like I said before, $23.1 billion. That increased 12% year over year, which of course is not the growth that we saw before for that segment, but still fairly good as the segment is growing like crazy. Operating income increased to $11.2 billion in the third quarter, compared with $2.5 billion in the third quarter of last year. Unbelievable. That's a huge growth. They're huge pop in operating income. And North America operating income was $4.3 billion versus the loss of $0.4 billion from last year. Oof, guys. And we can see international segment operating loss was $0.1 billion, compared with the operating loss of $2.5 billion last year. So that loss is narrowing, which is great. AWS operating income was $7 billion, compared with the operating income of $5.4 billion in the third quarter of last year. Very, very solid there, guys. Let's see. Net income increased to $9.9 billion in the third quarter, or 94 cents per diluted share, compared with the $2.9 billion from last year, or 28 cents per diluted share, guys. So their net income, operating income, growing very nicely year over year, very, very nicely for Amazon. Coming down here a little bit more, let's see free cash flow. Then we'll go back to the charts here, guys. I don't want to bore you too much with these numbers, but free cash flow improved to an inflow of $21.4 billion for the trailing 12 months of, the trailing 12 months, compared with an outflow of $19.7 billion for the trailing 12 months ended September 30th, 2022, right? And if we come down here a little bit more, any highlights? This is too much reading, guys. I don't want to bore you, but there's a lot with this business, right? They have, new offerings to get customers to stay healthy, including an expanded Amazon Clinic virtual healthcare marketplace, which, I mean, that's a whole nother beast that could be huge for Amazon, which we're not going to get into in this video. But let's see, sold hundreds of millions of items worldwide during Prime Big Deal Days, which of course is huge. Amazon's largest two-day October holiday kickoff event ever, which is awesome. Prime members across 19 countries saved more than $1 billion on millions of deals, quote unquote, saved. Yeah, they saved, but they still spent a ton of money. You know how that goes, right, guys? Oh, it's 75 or 25% off. I'm going to buy it, even though I don't need it. So yeah, you saved 25%, but you spent the money anyway on something that you probably didn't need. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. But you know, it's a company that's still hitting milestones, breaking records, and you guys can see down here, if we come down to a little bit more about their Prime Video service, they attracted 15.1 million viewers for Thursday Night Football season opener, which I believe they have exclusive rights, right, to the what is it called? Thursday Night Football, right? Which is huge, right? And that's the most watched Thursday Night Football game ever, which is nuts. And through the first 6 games, Thursday Night Football averaged 12.9 million viewers, an increase of 25% from last season's 6-game average, which is huge, guys, massive. And it looks like here the median age for Thursday Night Football viewers is 47 years old, which is 7 years younger than the median age watching the NFL on linear networks, which makes sense, of course, right? There's going to be a younger demographic when you're dealing with streaming services, which it's pretty obvious, right? That is very, very obvious. So those are some highlights, some numbers, guys. Again, we're not going to go too deep into it, as this video would be just way too long. But yeah, Amazon, I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed. Sure, growth rates have slowed down, as they did with a lot of companies in the big tech space, but Amazon is one that has its hands in so many different spots. I mean, they're doing media, they're doing obviously e-commerce, they're doing cloud, they're doing, healthcare. They're getting into the healthcare marketplace. I mean, this is going to be a beast company. It already is. Obviously, it's been a beast company for a while at this point. But I think people discount the fact, or they discount how massive they could get. I mean, Apple's a $3 billion, or it was a $3 trillion market cap. In my opinion, you could argue Amazon is more valuable than Apple. I know I might get some flack on that, but I mean, look, Apple without the iPhone, they'd be screwed. And I've said this, many times. At some point, Apple's going to have to innovate and create the next big thing. They can't just continue to make an iPhone for the next decade or 2 decades, year after year, and slightly change the camera. I mean, at some point, there's a huge risk that a company comes out of left field and they blow Apple out of their socks, make a product that is the next huge thing. I mean, you never know. You never really know. And Amazon, I think they're more innovative than Apple. I think they have a lot. Well, it's a different kind of company, but they have their hands in a lot of different segments, a bit more diversified as a business. So I think what I'm trying to get at here is, yes, Apple's dominant. Everyone has an iPhone for the most part. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. But when it comes to the long term, with the innovation risk, Apple is something that, that's something worth considering. And Amazon, I just think, really is not going anywhere for the next 10, 20 years. I could not see a scenario where Amazon is not a household company for the next couple decades. I mean, sure, in 50 years, who knows? But in 10, 20 years, I still see Amazon being around. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I see them being a much bigger company than they are right now. The ad business is another business that is going to be huge for Amazon. It already is. Yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe here on YouTube and follow me on Twitter or X at StocksTalkStocks. And do not forget to get your free money from Moomoo, the sponsor of today's video, guys. Use that link down below or just go to StocksRFest.com/Moomoo. Once you open up your account and fund it with your initial $100 deposit, you get 5 stocks, each up to $2,000 right off the bat. And on top of that, you get another free share of SoFi stock, which right now is about $7, $8 per share, whatever it's at. So if you want 6 stocks, fund your account at least $100 using that link down below. And if you want some more stocks, why not fund your account at least $1,000? You get 10 more stocks on top of those 6, totaling 16 free stocks. So use that link. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.